Hello everybody! So I made a short the other day going over some fun facts that we know in Godzilla x Kong, the New Empire official novelization. And you guys seem to like it a lot. So, as requested by a lot of you, here is a full-length video and all the important stuff in it. Before we start, I spent a long time going through the book and spending some of my own money to buy said book, just to give you these fun facts. So if you would be as kind to even consider subscribing and show your appreciation, it would mean the world. Anyways, let's dive in. 1. Fact number 1. In the prologue of the book, Dr. Serizawa goes to talk to Dr. Magi's Martins in 2016. They discuss monarchy things, but specifically ice, of course in reference to Shimo. They say, quote, as if, I don't know, a bomb went off. Not like a nuclear bomb, radiating energy that becomes heat. Like the opposite of that. A radiation that slows atoms down. Makes them stop in their tracks. End quote. So pretty much Shimo has absolute zero. 2. Sila, the giant spider thing's job, originally was to keep the ice caps cool. But in protest to Godzilla and one of the driving reasons to her death, in revolt she started to heat them up, which is why Godzilla was so willing to just blow her up.
Dog, I'm editing this right now. I just realized I said blow her. Don't know what that is. I need to slow down when I read these. I said blow her up. Yeah, apologies. Continue.
3. Quote, Godzilla, when charging at Sila, his footsteps were almost subsonic, end quote, implying his sprinting speed here in the scene is upward of 600 miles an hour. Subsonic is roughly Mach 0.8, which would make him one of the fastest Godzillas. 4. Again, talking about his fight with Sila, he crashed into her with, quote, the force of 2 tsunamis, end quote, which makes sense, given he made a tsunami in 2014 just by arriving to Hawaii. 5. We now know that the Mutos and Ghidorah could have ended the world, thanks to this line right here, quote, the Mutos and Monster Zero were both on track to destroy the world as we know it, end quote. 6. We also now know how light gets to the Hollow Earth. It's thanks to the crystals. They are in unison with the surface, giving the Hollow Earth a day-night cycle. 7. Going through a Hollow Earth portal, your weight will quadruple. 8. As I covered in the short, Godzilla's pulse in France went for 30 miles. 9. For context, this is describing Godzilla right before he fought Sila. Quote, he was at the peak of health and power, end quote. They even later compare him to Nuke Amp's 2019. Though he's not strong as Boston Goji, he is very close without needing a nuke. Meaning that French Goji is definitely stronger than Boston Goji. I am now just imagining like a French accent Godzilla with a Boston accent Godzilla. Duking it out, that'd be great. 10. The subterranean realm that Kong goes into through the deeper parts of the Hollow Earth isn't a part of the Hollow Earth. It is one massive cave. That's it. It's not some, giant environment like the surface of the Hollow Earth, if that makes sense. It is literally just a massive cave. 11. Shuko was handpicked by Scar King to become one of his scouts and hunters, which really shows the potential of Shuko in the future. I mean, we see how durable he is, so yeah. 12. The Iwi's tribe in the Hollow Earth is named Malenka. 13. Godzilla almost died in the Kong War. Quote, the war with the apes almost destroyed Godzilla, end quote. So, Godzilla Glazers, calm down. 14. One crazy thing is that Scar King may have died when fighting Kong, which is why he called help from Shimo. Quote, this is from Scar King's point of view, by the way. Scar King knew he would have died if he faced off against Kong any further, end quote. 15. It is finally confirmed that Shimo put Ghidorah in the ice. In Chapter 13, Trapper says, quote, I'm going to try to do an accent. You're saying that thing put Monster Zero in the ice and started the last ice age? End quote. Boo-hoo, Ghidorah fans. An old lady gizzard beat your dragon. Wah, wah. 16. Bernie talks about Mu, which might be a reference to Megalon, as he's the defender of Mu, and Zootopia, but they're described as the same thing. Anyway, 17. Many fans asked how Gia got to the surface to see Godzilla and Kong. Well, in the book, it's simple. She climbed on Mothra's back. 18. Shimo apparently froze the entirety of Greenland in a few minutes. Or a few hours, but let's say minutes just for fun. And earlier in the book, they talk about Shimo freezing 2 kilometers deep worth of ice to certain places, yeah. So find out Greenland's square mileage and how deep it would be, and let's assume a few minutes means 3 minutes. That would equate to 8,522,012,222.22 tons of ice per second. Yeah, she's winning against anyone. 19. In the final battle, Shimo flung Godzilla halfway across Rio. Now, I personally couldn't find how far across the city of Rio is, and also we don't really know exactly where they, beached, so it's hard to say, But if I were to guess, that means Shimo probably threw Godzilla at least 1.5 miles to 2 miles, which would by far make her the strongest Titan in the Monsterverse yet. 20. We know Supercharged Godzilla is the strongest version of Legendary yet, saying in the novel that Godzilla's radiation had never been at this level. So, pretty much more than Thermo. For those who want to deny it, it's in Chapter 19. Have fun. 21. They also say Godzilla's eyes were glowing like twin stars, meaning the amount of light he must have been giving off would mean he has an unimaginable amount of radiation in him. Just crazy to imagine. 22. Even more surprisingly is the fact that it's confirmed that Shimo is even stronger than evolved Godzilla. Now, before we get to our last one, again, if you like this video or find it helpful, please consider subscribing. And finally, 23. It is said in Chapter 20 that, quote, Godzilla's roar shook the city, end quote. So yeah, a pretty damn strong roar. And yeah, those are all the big things in the novel. There are a lot of smaller, random things, but they're just so minor they don't really matter or add anything interesting. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. And as always, keep collecting. Godzilla Guy out. See ya.
So once
You've requested to be in a video. Say hi.
Can this be one of your outros?
Yeah.
You want to make a song or something? Right now?
Just do anything.
Dude, oh, can you add dubstep over it?
Sure.
Okay, restart.
All right.
Thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. I'll see y'all later.